Hey guys, what's up? It's munclesonkey and welcome to a Managing My Kingdom guide. So this guide has been highly requested by people for a long time. I've always just put it off and I eventually thought, hey, we will make this. So Managing My Kingdom is some older content, but it still is pretty effective. Basically what you can use My Kingdom for is to make about 150k or even more depending on prices at the moment, and I'll show you how to find out what those are later in the video. And you basically barely have to do any work at all. It only requires checking in about, I do it once a week. You can do it a little bit more often if you want to make a tiny bit more profit, but you can just pretty much check in once a week and make about 150k a day without doing any more effort than about 2 minutes of work once a week. So before we get started and showing you exactly how My Kingdom works, I'm going to show you the requirements for it. So first of all, the quest that is absolutely required to do this is called Throne of Miscellania, and you can start this quest in Miscellania itself. And then after that you can do the following quest, which is called Royal Trouble. Royal Trouble is a bit longer, has a few more requirements, and it's not required to do My Kingdom. However, you get 50% more rewards if you do this quest, so I'd highly recommend it if you're planning on investing time into My Kingdom. So if you only did the Throne of Miscellania quest, you'd probably more expect to make about 100k a day instead of more closer to 150k a day. Once you have finished these two quests, you can now start My Kingdom, so all you need is a bit of money, and also you want to get your approval rating up to 100%. The easiest way to do that is just by chopping maple trees, and you can also rake this flax. Also, if you have the Frantic Sea Boots 4, these do have some very high requirements, so imagine most people won't have them. However, if you do have them, you can wear them and your approval rating will be gained 250% faster, so it'll take a lot less time to actually cap out on your approval rating. And pretty much how I do it is I just put on the boots and then I rake these weeds right by the entrance to the castle, and as long as I do this once a week, this will pretty much get me the approval rating I need to be at 100%. You can check approval rating at any time by just going to one of the citizens outside of the castle and just clicking on approval rating. So what I would recommend to do is just by chopping maple trees. For every maple tree that you chop, you get 0.7%, so that means you have to chop like around 130 maple trees, for example, if you are at 0 approval rating, but the approval rating goes down quite slowly, so it's very unlikely that you'll ever be at 0 unless you just neglect your kingdom for months. Once you have your approval rating at 100%, you can come up to the throne room and you'll know this place if you have done the quest. Also, if you haven't done the Blood Runs Deep quest, this guy will look like a giant yeti, but I have done that quest, so he doesn't look like that to me. So you want to go on Manage on Advisor Grim, and this is where you keep track of exactly what you want to be doing with your citizens. So if you have only completed Managing Miscellania, you will have a full bar worth of citizens if you've only completed the Throne of Miscellania quest. If you've completed Royal Trouble as well, you'll also have half a bar worth of citizens to spend on some other stuff. So the GE prices change all the time, so what's best to put your citizens on also changes all the time. At the current moment, herbs and mahogany are the best things to put citizens on. However, I will leave a link on the description to a calculator that will always tell you what is exactly the best thing to put your citizens on. Now, there are your coffers up here. You'll have 5 mil worth to put in your coffers, and this actually comes out of your own pocket if you have only completed the Throne of Miscellania quest, or 7.5 mil if you've also completed the Royal Trouble quest. And your citizens, when you're at 100%, they take 75k per day, so it would last 100 days if you had 7.5 mil in there. And in return for taking your money, they will give you resources, and you will always make a profit on these. If your approval rating goes down, you make less money because your citizens take less out and they give you less resources in return. So we're going to fill this up by putting the max amount of money in there and depositing instead of withdrawing. So now that my coffers are full at 7.5 mil and I'm at 100% approval rating, I'm all set to go for the next week, and I don't have to come back here for another week until it's time to fill up my approval rating 100% again. Once all that is done, you can do collect if you want to. I mean, you can save this for a maximum of 3 months and then you have to collect your resources, or you can just collect it as much as you want if you're a bit short on cash, and then your citizens will produce some stuff for you. So as you can see, I had my citizens on herbs and mahogany logs, and they don't actually produce the resources until you click collect. So even though I had citizens on raw fish, because a while ago, I haven't been very active with this, but a while ago that used to be the best thing to put citizens on. But now I have them on mahogany logs, so they actually produced mahogany logs for me. So this is my loot. I'm going to price check all of this and show you guys exactly how much I made. So as you guys saw, I had 3 mil left in my coffers when I actually collected my resources. So that I did have it topped up all the way to the top the last time I was at my kingdom. Again, I neglected it. I would have made more money if I had been visiting my kingdom and topping up my approval rating all the time, but I didn't do that because of reasons, and I do apologize for that. But basically, it cost about 4.5 mil to gather all of this stuff, and then when I price check it, it comes out to 7.6 mil. So I made a profit of about 3.1 mil in about 1.5 to 2 months. I'm not sure on the exact amount. Again, if you do keep on capping up your managing miscellanea and you make sure your approval rating is at 100% all the time, you will make more than I did. However, that's a pretty good haul for basically putting money and then just completely neglecting it for a couple months. I would say that's definitely worth it, considering this took like no time at all and I made over 3 mil for basically doing no work. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the GE and sell all this stuff. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully this helped. If you don't take advantage of my kingdom, really it's probably one of the easiest ways to make money in the entire game. Requires basically no effort at all. Thank you guys for watching, and farewell.